guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be more of a chit chat video. I thought I'd kind of give you guys my university experience so it can kind of help you guys who were just, going into university, and kind of just to put you guys at ease, give you guys some tips and advice basically. So I went to university in 2010 and I graduated in 2013. Now, so I was at university for 3 years. I studied English and journalism. Now, to begin with, I didn't know what I wanted to study. Initially, I wanted to do law, but after some time, I decided that I would actually change my course and do English and journalism because I love English. Love English. I love reading, I love writing, and journalism, I love writing. So I kind of saw myself as being some type of like beauty editor for like Elle magazine or something. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and study English and journalism. So I started uni in 2010, like I said. Now, I went into uni not really knowing anyone, and when I say not really knowing anyone, there were familiar faces, but they weren't necessarily people that I was friends with before, so it was a bit weird for me, and I'm not really good at making new friends, so I was really apprehensive. I was really shy back then, so I was kind of having like a heart attack, like a mini heart attack inside, but I didn't let anyone know that. So yeah, I went off to uni, I met some people, and we decided that we would kind of stay in the same house, only because, like I said, I changed my course. The uni that I went to wasn't my first option, and I don't know what it was with everyone else, but yeah, so we all kind of just decided that we would live together. So I'm kind of thankful to God that I didn't live in student accommodation for first year, because the horror stories, you guys, like I've heard about people not washing their pots and their dishes, and maggots kind of like surrounding bins, and people stealing food and stealing people's milk and bread and all sorts. First year I lived with 3 other people, one of them that I'm actually now really good friends with. So yeah, I lived with 3 other people. It was kind of awkward for me. Like I said, I didn't really know them, so living with them was kind of, but one thing I did try and do is I did try and put myself out there. Like I said, I was a really shy person and I was a bit reserved. Like, uni was a whole different world for me, so I would say try and put yourself out there. Even if you're shy, go out, mingle, talk to people. So freshers week, I went out every day, spoke to people, met new people, and all of that jazz, and I had fun. It wasn't me, but I had fun, and I'm glad that I did it, because I was able to kind of experience it and find out that that isn't for me, that isn't my scene. I feel like when you're at uni, you're kind of just growing and you're getting to know yourself. So I'm glad that I did that, in the sense that I was able to kind of find out who I am and kind of, just grow into me. And I use my hands to talk a lot. I know I do a lot of this, but yeah, as I was saying, to just grow into me. So first year, I hated it. The first 2 weeks were good, because it was freshers week. First week was freshers week, sorry, and like the first 2-3 weeks we're kind of getting the hang of it. It was like Miss Independent. I was by myself. I didn't have to answer to nobody. I could go out whenever I wanted, come back whenever I wanted. So I really enjoyed the first few weeks. The year as a whole, absolutely hated it. I ended up missing home. Like, I would come home every weekend. And guys, I'm not even joking. My house ended up being really terrible. There was no heating in my house, like, and we get really cold winters. I remember that particular winter, it was really cold. When you breathe and you get that misty thing that comes out of your mouth, like when you go and then it comes out, I don't know what it's called, someone help me. That's what I was experiencing in my house. That's how cold it was. It was so cold that when you would breathe, you would see that thing. And we spoke to our landlord several times. He would always claim that he's coming to fix it, and he would never come. That turned into not having any hot water, and can you imagine having to have a shower or take a bath with cold water? So it was bad. I remember my friend, even though we're really good friends, I will never let her live this down. She had like an electric heater, she had like 2 water bottles, and I didn't have anything, and I was really cold. So I went to her and I knocked on her door, and I was like, oh, could I like borrow your hot water bottle? And she literally flat out said no. Like I said, I would never let her live this down, because we're basically like best friends now. But yeah, and she was like no, and I was like, what? Like, we've lived together for like 2 months and you can't even share like your hot water bottle with me, and I'm here like literally about to have pneumonia, but then she changed her mind. I think God touched her heart, and then she came round and she was like, oh, here you go. But anyway, yeah, so it was really, really, really cold. So I hated first year. Then we ended up having another housemate that moved in who was absolutely filthy. Like, really, guys, when I say that this girl was so dirty, she left, and this might be TMI for some people, but she left period blood like on the seat. Like, she actually left it there. She used the toilet, she left it there, went about her business and left period blood on the seat. She would cook and she would like leave her pots and pans everywhere. And the thing is, like I said, that I was grateful that I didn't have student accommodation because I didn't experience the whole housemate thing, because my housemates were pretty clean, but she kind of moved in towards the end of the year because we had an extra room, so we kind of had to deal with her for like 4 or 5 months, and she was just so dirty. Now when you're in first year of university, you have to be careful. Like I said, go out, mingle, talk to people, have fun, but kind of be careful. Not even kind of, guys, be careful when you're talking to boys. Girls, be careful. Boys, especially ones in second year, third year, literally when they see girls coming in for first year, they basically see you as like fresh meat. Please, guys, honestly, I cannot warn you enough. They don't care about you. I mean, you might get 1 or 2 that actually do care about you and they actually do want to be in a serious relationship, but don't ever take any guys seriously. Most of them are talking to like 5 other girls at the same time, and most of them just want to have sex with you. They just want to sleep with you just to say that, oh, I've had sex with that girl. So please, 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 please. I mean, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. If you feel like sleeping around, hey, go ahead, it's your life. But guys, don't fall for it, because I see girls, they see guys talking to them and they get really happy and they sort of start to feel special. And this is not to rain on anyone's parade, but you are special, but you're not special to him. Does that make sense? So he's just really, really just trying to get in your knickers. He's just trying to get in your pants. So don't give him the go ahead. I remember there was this guy, he was so persistent. He really, 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 really tried to get in there, but it didn't happen. I remember back then when BBM was like popping and everyone was on BBM, me and my friend, we attempted to cook the one that didn't give me the bloody hot water bowl. We attempted to cook an African dish, and it's called efo riro. So we tried to make it, and that was a flop. Another thing, if you're going to university, guys, please learn how to cook. Even if it's the basics, learn how to cook. But yeah, so we tried to cook the dish and it was like an epic fail. But anyway, I put it on my status that, oh, I've just cooked blah blah blah, and then I put a picture. It looked good but it didn't taste good, so I put a picture of it on my my BBM display pic. And then this guy, back then as well, everyone kind of gave everyone each other's numbers, because like I said, everyone was mingling and, you know, getting to know each other. So he responded saying, oh, that looks good, can I come over, I'll bring the drinks. And I kind of heard about this guy. He was in third year at the time, no, second year at the time, so I kind of knew that he had a reputation. I mean, I hadn't even been at uni for that long and I already knew that this guy kind of had a reputation, so I didn't really pay him any mind, so I ignored him. So I didn't respond and I kind of just left that there. So I was talking to other people, as you do. So that night I remember that we had this event at uni. We had this event and it was put on by ACS. If you're in the UK, you kind of know what ACS is. It's African Caribbean Society. So they put on this show, and literally I was on my phone typing, walking, typing, and literally I bumped into someone. I looked up. Who did I bump into? Him. And he was like, so you're on your phone but you can't reply to my message? Yeah. I said, wow. If I could go red at that moment, I would have literally went red. It was so embarrassing. I can't even remember what I said. I just made up like some stupid story as to why I didn't reply to him. But that guy, from that day, he was so persistent. Any kind of chance or opportunity he could get, he would try to come over. I remember there was a time we were all out and, you know, he was like touching my leg and rubbing my leg, and I was feeling this is really awkward, can you get off me? But he was very touchy. I feel like you can kind of tell when a guy is not genuinely, like, when a guy's not really interested in you. Like, you should be able to see the signs. So if he's very touchy-feely, he's always touching you, he's always touching your body, or if he wants to always come over. And with uni as well, it's just rooms. Like, everyone has their own room. A handful of the girls in my year ended up being pregnant. And I mean, like, obviously children are a blessing from God, but being pregnant in the first year of university isn't necessarily the most ideal thing. So be careful if you do end up having sex, or if you feel like you're ready to have sex. Make sure you protect yourself. Don't just, you know, give it all out all willy-nilly. Just protect yourself and be careful. Not even being pregnant, you don't want to catch anything, you just want to be safe. So please bear that in mind. You don't want to be the girl that everyone talks about on campus, so try not to sleep around, love. Honestly, try not to, because guys, they talk, they gossip, they actually, a lot of them actually act like girls. They act like girls, like they will talk about you. If you sleep with his friend, he will tell his friend, and they will literally sit there and laugh and talk about you. So just don't. In terms of like education and stuff, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Like I said, I was quite shy, so in class as well, I didn't, even though I did try and put myself out there socially, I didn't put myself out there in class. And I feel like, looking back, if I had done that, I could have possibly enjoyed my course more and it would have run a bit smoother for me. But because I was kind of afraid, I wasn't used to being in that type of environment. If you don't understand something, ask. If you didn't quite get what the teacher said, or if you're not sure about when you need to hand in an assignment, ask. If you're not sure about your exam date, ask. Don't ever be ashamed. There was this assignment that was due. First of all, I had no business even handing in that assignment. Again, I didn't ask questions, so I had no idea about referencing. I didn't know that we had to reference. So basically, the piece of work that I had already was poor anyways. I wasn't sure what the submission date was, but then I remember finding out last minute. So I had this piece of work, tried to go and print it out at the library. By the time I finished printing it out and everything, I had missed the deadline. I asked one of my classmates, oh, when's this assignment XYZ due, or so on and so forth. I would have kind of, not even I would have kind of, I would not have missed that deadline, but thankfully it was first year, so it didn't really count to my final overall grade. I'd say university is partly all about growing up and, you know, having fun and just kind of exploring the world within university. But don't forget why you're there. The real reason why you're there is to actually get a degree, to get your education. So don't forget that. Put in the extra work, do the revision, put in the extra work, go to your tutorials, go to your lectures, go to your, I've even forgotten what they're called, lectures, tutorials, seminars. Go to your seminars, put in the work, because you don't want to be the one that's like looking at your certificate at the end of the year and kind of just regretting the grades that you've received. So make sure you go to your classes. Don't get too caught up partying and drinking and all that stuff. Make sure you do your work, because guys, honestly, you will regret it. I mean, if you're going to uni to have fun, then maybe not, but if you're actually going there to get your degree, you need to actually put in the work. So it's all about balance. I would say make sure you do go out there and go and have fun, but make sure you also put in the work, because you don't want to put in too much work and then you go crazy. And you don't want to leave anything till the last minute. Don't leave it to the last minute, especially if you think, oh, it's just 2,000 words, it's just 3,000 words, I can do it in 2 days, I can do it in a day. Don't do that, because when you get there and you're sitting in front of your laptop and you get a writer's block, you're going to regret it. So don't, kind of plan your time accordingly. Once you get the assignment, start some research, even if it's not like concrete work. Like, start thinking about what you're going to write, jot down some notes, just kind of start. You don't want to leave it all to the last minute. I would say make sure you decorate your room really nicely. You are going to be homesick, so you want to make your room really nice and homey as much as you possibly can. So if you have anything that reminds you of home, bring that along with you, because I definitely was the one that was homesick in first year. Like I said, I went home every single weekend. So yeah. Food, when you go back to London, make sure you stock up on food if you're going to steal drinks from your home, because money doesn't go that far at uni. People feel like, oh, I've received this loan, I have so much money, but in reality it's not actually that much money. So make sure you manage your money well. In first year I didn't I got really broke real quickly. When you receive your grant or your loan, you automatically think that you've got loads of money, but don't forget you need to stretch that money. That money needs to last you for about 3-4 months. You need to use that money to pay your rent. You need to use that money to feed yourself. So don't go and spend all your money on clothes and shoes and designer items, because it literally just doesn't make sense. And at the end of the term or at the end of the year, you're going to be living on bread and water. So don't do it. If you can save, then save. I wish I saved quite a huge chunk of my university loan, but I didn't. That's neither here nor there. So I'm advising you guys, if you can, save some money from your grant, because you never know when a rainy season is going to happen. You could even use it at university or later on in your life. You just never know when you're going to use it. So don't go and spend all your money, guys. I'm telling you now, don't spend all your money, because you will regret it later. So that's it for my university advice, tips, experience video. Hope it wasn't all over the place. I hope you guys kind of got something from it. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll speak to you all in my next one.